Season 2, Episode 6. Your network is your net worth. Build relationships that build your future. Aum Namapegavaith Vasudevya. Imagine two professionals graduating from the same university. Both possess exceptional knowledge. Both work equally hard. Both dream of leading great organizations. 20 years later, one is the CEO of a global enterprise. The other is still waiting for opportunities that never seem to arrive. What changed? Did one become more intelligent? Did one work longer hours? No. One understood a truth that has shaped kingdoms, corporations, and civilizations for centuries. Opportunities rarely travel through roads. They travel through relationships. If you stay with me until the very end, you'll discover why the world's greatest business empires were built on trusted relationships. Why CEOs spend more time building partnerships than collecting business cards. And why one meaningful conversation can change the direction of an entire lifetime. Imagine a forest. People often admire the tallest tree. Its powerful trunk. Its magnificent branches. Its towering height. But hidden beneath the ground, something even more extraordinary exists. An invisible network of roots. Those roots exchange water, nutrients, protection, even warnings of danger. Scientists have discovered that forests survive because trees support one another through underground fungal networks, often called the ***, wood wide web. The strongest tree is rarely the one standing alone. It is the one connected to the healthiest network. Human success follows the same law. Your knowledge creates potential. Your relationships create opportunities. The Bhagavad Gita teaches us that life is interconnected. Every individual performs a unique role within a much larger purpose. Lord Krishna himself became the greatest example of relationship-centered leadership. He built trust before influence. He created alliances before victories. Because no great mission is ever accomplished alone. Imagine a bridge. A bridge creates value not because it stands proudly. It creates value because it connects two places. Likewise, your greatest professional value often lies in your ability to connect people, ideas, resources, and opportunities. Keith Ferrazzi wisely said, "Success in any field is built on relationships." Notice, he did not say contacts. He said relationships. There is a profound difference. Let me tell you a story. A young mechanical engineer worked for nearly 8 years. He possessed outstanding technical knowledge. He completed every assignment, never missed deadlines, rarely spoke beyond his immediate team. When the company announced a major leadership position, he expected recognition. Instead, the opportunity went to another engineer with similar technical skills. Confused, he approached the managing director. The MD smiled and asked one simple question. "If tomorrow I place you in charge of 500 people, how many leaders across the company already know and trust you?" The engineer became silent. He had invested in his resume. The other candidate had invested in relationships. Over the next 3 years, he changed completely. He began mentoring young employees, visited project sites, built relationships across finance, operations, sales, procurement, customers, suppliers, and industry associations. When the next leadership opportunity arrived, nobody questioned his capability. Because leadership is built on trust long before it is reflected in a designation. His title changed only after his relationships had already changed. If today's message reminds you that opportunities grow through relationships, pause for a moment and write one word in the comments. Network. Because every meaningful relationship is a seed that may one day grow into an extraordinary opportunity. Nature teaches us another timeless lesson. Have you ever watched honeybees? One bee cannot sustain the hive. Thousands of bees working together, sharing information, protecting one another, and serving a common purpose. Create something extraordinary. Collaboration multiplies strength. Isolation limits potential. The same principle governs business. Modern organizational psychology consistently shows that high-performing organizations are built on trust, collaboration, and healthy professional relationships. People prefer doing business with people they trust. Employers promote people they trust. Investors invest in people they trust. Customers remain loyal to businesses they trust. Trust is the invisible currency behind every successful network. In today's boardrooms, the most respected leaders rarely ask, "How many people know me?" They ask, "How many people trust me enough to work with me again?" That single question changes the quality of every relationship. Peter Drucker reminded leaders that the most valuable asset of any organization is its people. Wise leaders therefore invest continuously in relationships, not only during opportunities, but long before opportunities appear. Chanakya advised kings to build alliances before wars, friendships before crises, and trust before negotiations. Preparation, not desperation, creates enduring influence. Because relationships built only when you need help rarely become strong relationships. But here's where everything changes. Imagine a spider's web. Each thread appears delicate, almost insignificant. Yet together, thousands of tiny threads create remarkable strength. Break one thread, the web still survives. Strengthen every connection, the web becomes almost impossible to destroy. Your professional life works the same way. One trusted relationship may open one opportunity. Hundreds of trusted relationships create a lifetime of opportunities. The Bhagavad Gita reminds us that no individual exists in isolation. Every action influences another life. Every act of kindness builds trust. Every promise fulfilled strengthens character. And character is the foundation upon which lasting relationships are built. If today's message reminds you that relationships are among the greatest investments you will ever make, take a moment to like this video and tell us in the comments. Who is one mentor, teacher, or colleague whose guidance changed your life? Gratitude strengthens relationships, and your story may inspire others to appreciate those who helped shape their journey. There is another lesson hidden inside every successful organization. Imagine two sales directors. The first knows thousands of people. The second is trusted by hundreds. When the market slows, the first struggles. The second continues receiving calls. Why? Because contacts fill a database. Trust fills an opportunity pipeline. A business card creates an introduction. Credibility creates a partnership. That is why genuine networking is never about collecting names. It is about consistently creating value for people. Think about the world's greatest business leaders. They rarely ask, "What can I get from this person?" Instead, they ask, "How can I help this person succeed?" That single shift transforms networking into leadership. People naturally remember those who solve problems, open doors, share knowledge, make meaningful introductions, celebrate others' achievements, and stand beside them during difficult times. The law of reciprocity quietly begins working. Not immediately, but inevitably. Imagine a banyan tree. Its branches spread far beyond the original trunk. With time, new roots grow downward. Those roots become additional trunks. Eventually, what began as one tree becomes an entire ecosystem. That is how great networks grow. Every meaningful relationship creates another relationship. Every trusted introduction creates another opportunity. Every act of generosity expands your influence. Your network compounds exactly like wise investments. One connection becomes 10. 10 become 100. 100 become thousands. Compounding is not limited to money. Trust compounds. Reputation compounds. Goodwill compounds. Inside today's boardrooms, the strongest leaders intentionally build relationships across every function. Finance, human resources, operations, sales, marketing, technology, legal, customers, suppliers, investors, government agencies, academic institutions, industry associations. Why? Because the most complex problems are never solved by one department alone. Innovation emerges when diverse perspectives come together. The leader with the broadest trusted network often sees opportunities that others cannot even recognize. Chanakya taught that a kingdom surrounded by trusted allies enjoys greater stability than one relying only on military strength. Today's organizations follow the same principle. Relationships reduce uncertainty. Partnerships accelerate growth. Trust lowers the cost of doing business. There is another misunderstanding. Many people believe networking is only for extroverts. Nothing could be further from the truth. Networking is not about talking more. It is about listening better, keeping promises, showing genuine interest, following up, being reliable, being present when others need support. The quiet professional who consistently creates trust often builds stronger relationships than the loudest person in the room. There is another invisible network you must never stop building. Your relationship with knowledge, with books, with mentors, with continuous learning. Every book introduces you to a great mind. Every mentor shortens your learning curve. Every lesson expands your ability to contribute. Knowledge introduces you to people. People introduce you to opportunities. Opportunities introduce you to purpose. Before you attend your next meeting, conference, training program, or social gathering, pause for a moment and ask yourself one simple question. Whose life can I genuinely improve today without expecting anything in return? That one question, repeated throughout your career, will quietly build a network that no amount of money can buy. If today's episode reminded you that your network is one of your greatest long-term assets, subscribe and continue this journey with us. Every episode is designed to help us become wiser leaders, trusted professionals, and responsible human beings. Share this episode with a student, entrepreneur, manager, or colleague, because one meaningful relationship can change the direction of an entire career, and sometimes an entire life. Together, let us become better individuals, build stronger families, create stronger organizations, develop a better society, and leave behind a better world for future generations. Remember, build trust before transactions, give before asking, listen before speaking, serve before selling, collaborate before competing, protect your reputation, strengthen your character, nurture every meaningful relationship. Because your greatest opportunity may never come from a job portal. It may come from a person who remembers your integrity, your contribution, and your willingness to help when it mattered most. May we replace selfish ambition with meaningful collaboration. Replace competition with contribution. Replace short-term networking with lifelong relationships. Replace transactions with trust. May every conversation become an opportunity to learn, every relationship become a bridge to shared success, and every connection we build strengthen not only our careers, but also our families, our communities, and our world. Aum Namah Bhagavath Vasudevaya.